Hello everyone and welcome back to BitCast here for episode 9. There's quite a few changes. First of all, I am going to be shifting the podcast to Fridays now. So the reason why I made this decision was because I have the weekly video on Saturday, and then also the weekly podcast on Saturday on the same day. And just because I felt like the podcast and the weekly video kind of just clashed a little bit. So I am from now on moving BitCast to Friday, the day before Saturday, and then we'll have the weekly video on Saturday like normal. So this change will be starting with this episode 9. So comment down below what you think of that. I just think it's a better distinctiveness between the two, because I don't want to kind of cap the attention of the podcast because the big weekly video just came out, and I don't want to cap the attention of the big weekly video because the podcast just came out. So that change will hopefully do that. Another thing, and I don't know if you can already tell, I'm not sure how much better this audio sounds, but I'm now using a audio compressor. I also am going to be using an audio compressor in my videos, which the first video of that will be dropping tomorrow when y'all are seeing this. So let me know how it sounds. I am extremely new to this space, especially when it comes to audio, dedicated microphone settings, and now audio compressor. This was recommended by one of my viewers, actually a few of the people who watch my content, and a comment I got, and I was like, you know what, I want to listen to my viewers, so I am implementing this. It may not sound the best because this is the first podcast episode, so let me know how it sounds. Hopefully it improves the audio. I know it improved it on the video, which is already edited. That will be coming out tomorrow, so hope you all enjoy that. It is a bit interesting using different softwares because I'm using different softwares for the video and the podcast. For the video, I'm just gonna use the built-in Final Cut Pro compressor. It's just so much easier than having to find some software and hook it up to my computer and add that in the post as I'm filming it. So having it in the software is just so much better in my opinion. But then for the podcast, since I'm recording this as if it was live using OBS, I'm having to use the built-in OBS compressor. I don't like it as much because you can't see the audio levels, and I feel like that's kind of a key component for judging how good the compression is. So hopefully this sounds good. I think it does. I'm not really sure. So yeah. And I also had a really bad issue getting into this podcast. There's this electrical hum in the background. And the weirdest thing, if I put my finger or my hand on my laptop, it would go away. But then when I would lift it up, it would be back. And I did a bunch of stuff. I spent like an hour trying to figure out. It had to do with my secondary monitor being plugged in to my MacBook, which is so weird and so annoying. And the problem is I have to have a second monitor because I have one monitor which has Safari open, which is where I show the different articles and everything, and where I look at the different articles too. And then I also have another monitor which has OBS, my presenter notes, or not presenter notes, but that Notes app, which is presenter notes for me, and some other different things that I might need to do during that. So I kind of have to have two monitors. So I am just using Sidecar on my iPad with my Mac. It's annoying because my iPad is only 11 inches, which is not only smaller than the built-in display on my MacBook, but also extremely smaller than my monitor. So we're going to have to deal with it. Hopefully I'll figure something out. So, yeah. All right, everyone. So that was today's episode theme for my lovely audio listeners out there. First up on the list, Apple has officially announced WWDC26. We will get into that in a minute. Nintendo has officially announced a game price changing or adjustment for Switch 2 titles and how they will be priced from physical to digital. Ads are coming to Apple Maps with some shady marketing tactics by your boy Tim Cook. And then a small topic, Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition is out now. So let's jump in here with the announcement of WWDC 26, or as the true Apple fans refer to it, WW 26. It's just easier to say WW26. So here we are in the official Apple newsroom. Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference returns the week of June 8th. So yes, Apple has officially announced it. It will be online from June 8th through 12th. Now, this is a bit weird. Does this mean they're not doing it in person anymore? No, this is just like, if you're not going, you can still go. So it will be on June 8th through 12th, and the big in-person special event at Apple Park will be on June 8th, like normal. And Apple also kind of gave us a hint at something. So here, quote, WWDC 26 will spotlight incredible updates for Apple platforms, including AI advancements and exciting new software and developer tools. As part of the company's ongoing commitment to support developers, WWDC will also provide unique Okay, yes. But the main thing here is including AI achievements and exciting new software. So this kind of confirms that we will be seeing the new Siri 2.0 powered by Google Gemini at WWDC 26. So let's jump into this little invite. So this is the logo. Well, this is not the main logo. If I quickly go to Apple's website here. All right. This is the main logo. It looks just like last year, where on top you have the combined W, which has this cool, like, triple loop W, which looks really cool. So WWDC26. It's in the same layout. And I don't know how I feel about this logo. So for my lovely audio listeners out there, it is like it's not colorful. It's just like a, I guess you could say, frosted glass WWDC, and then the 26 is like glowing, and the WWDC is being illuminated by the 26, and it's like this monochromatic edging type of effect on the 26. It looks really cool, but it is a bit bland, which honestly was kind of upsetting to me, but it definitely looks cool. Now, last year with WWDC25, we had an obvious hint at what was coming because we had that glass part. But this year, there's not really a hint. It's not like AI colors like 24 was. It's just glowing. I don't know. But I like the look. It's different, I'd say. And then here is the little Apple Park logo. It's just Apple Park, the Apple Park ring, and again that glowing monochromatic or chromatic, whatever you want to call it, type of effect with again WWDC26 in the middle. This time the whole logo is being illuminated. So I guess you could say it's semi-transparent. I don't know. Overall, I like it. It's I don't know. Now, one very interesting thing here is that Apple has not announced what time the keynote will be on June 8th, which is really, really weird to me. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's always at 10 a.m. So I guess we'll eventually get to know that. So you can see in-person event at Apple Park on June 8th. Watch the keynote and platforms say the unit. So there will be a keynote. We know that for sure. So yeah, not much other than that. But so far what we have rumored coming at WWDC26 is we have all the OS 27s, and the big thing is just going to be a stability update like iOS 12. Hear me out. This is going to be the best thing ever because if you watched my iOS 26 long-term review, you'll know that my biggest complaint was the bugs. I said it was the most unstable public OS release by Apple ever. And y'all, I'm still experiencing major bugs to this very day. All my devices are on 26.4 that came out this week, and I'm still experiencing these major bugs to this day, which is unacceptable. So that is just going to be such a big breath of fresh air for 27 stability, but we're still going to get some new features. We just got a big redesign, so it's going to be nothing big, but the main thing will be the new AI Siri, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure how good it will be. We'll have to see. But I'm excited. I don't know what's to come. It definitely feels a bit more laid back, but we'll have to see. Alrighty, everyone. Now, let's talk about Nintendo game pricing. So Nintendo has come out and released an update on Nintendo Switch 2 game pricing. This is on their website, and quote, beginning in May 2026 and starting with pre-orders for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book game, new Nintendo published digital titles exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 will have an MSRP that is different from the physical versions. So basically what this means, sorry about that bass noise, basically what this means is that physical games are going to be more expensive than digital games, or basically digital games are going to be cheaper because they're not raising the price of physical games. Thankfully, can y'all imagine $90 Mario Kart World? Oh, but no, the new games starting with this new Yoshi game will be cheaper, which is good. Which means this new Yoshi game is $59. That is the cheapest complete Switch 2 game we have seen. Yeah, okay. Beyond Welcome Tour, but that's not a game. We're not going to even get into that, okay? But this is amazing. I think this is a great change because why not? In this economy, saving money is a big bonus. So I'm so glad they're doing this. But then on the other hand, this has created a dilemma. especially for me, as someone who likes physical games, who likes getting the game cases and collecting them, and does unboxing videos for my channel. And the problem is that they're not raising the price and they're still having physical. The problem is that now I have an option to save money. And it's like, I'm getting the same game and I'm saving money, but then I can't make an unboxing video about it. And I can't display it on my shelf. And it's like, with this economy and these prices, saving that $10 is so helpful, but then you don't get the experience of the physical game. I'm planning on getting this game, and now I'm very dilemmated. Should I get the digital game and save a well worth $10, or should I spend that $10 to get the physical so I can do an unboxing video about it? I honestly don't know. It's such a big dilemma for me. Now some people worry that, oh no, physical is going away. It's not going away. And honestly, this has been around for a long time, and this just makes sense. I mean, I can just see why this would concern people, but I'm not concerned. This is something that should have been there since the beginning. In fact, I thought they did this beforehand for some older games, so I don't know. Overall, this is something that's just, honestly, for me, common sense, and I'm not worried about at all. It's better than the dynamic pricing PlayStation's testing, which is trash and evil, in my opinion. But again, especially for me, you just have that dilemma of, I could save $10 and get the digital game. It's the same game. I'll have the same fun time, but then I don't get to do an unboxing video, and I don't get to display it on my shelf, and it's harder for people to borrow. So it's like, I don't know. I was already planning on getting the $69, but now that I can save that $10, it feels so good right now with our economy. But I don't know, because I want to do an unboxing video, so I honestly don't know what to do. So overall, I think this is a great decision. It's just now I have a dilemma about it. Alright, and the last major topic, shorter episode today, I know, is Apple is introducing ads in Apple Maps through a clever new suite called Apple Businesses. A new all-in-one platform for business of all sizes. So what this is it's basically kind of like a business hub. You can remote manage devices and clients and, all of that stuff. Who knows? But the main thing is that they also announced is that you can also grow your business by advertising in Apple Maps. So, quote unquote, Ads on Maps builds an Apple border privacy-first approach to advertising and maintains the same privacy protections. So yeah, privacy. And this will be rolling out in the US and Canada with new ways discovered using Apple Businesses. Create ads on Maps. Ads on Maps will appear when users search in Maps and can appear at the top of the user's search results based on relevance, as well as the top of the suggested places experience in Maps, which will display recommendations based on what's trending nearby, the user's recent searches, and more. Ads will be clearly marked to ensure transparency for map users. So, audio listeners, there I am showing a picture snapshot of what this will look like. So, as you can see here, someone searched for restaurants, and then the honeyed hen popped up here, and one thing you'll notice is that the little bubble it pops up in is slightly tinted blue, and then down by the description it says ad, and then here when they're like about to search and their suggested places, it's the same thing, just a smaller little banner, again, tinted in blue with the ad. Now, Apple has never been an ad company like Google, which is so amazing because it's such a better experience. Now, what does this mean though? This slightly concerns me, but also doesn't bother me. Because it's maps. And I feel like the way they executed this feels very subtle. You know, you're in Apple Maps, you're searching, and oh look, there's a restaurant nearby that was sponsored, and it's clearly labeled as an ad too. Every time you see that blue tint, you'll know, oh, that's an ad, and you have a little ad bubble. So that way, if you don't want to look at whatever that is, you can just scroll down. It's not abrasive. It's not in your face. It's not like you're getting pop-ups on your home screen, on your lock screen, in settings, in text messages. Like, it's not like you're texting someone and you're like, hey, what do you want to get for lunch today? And your husband's like, why don't you go to the Honeyed Hen? It's a great famous chicken restaurant. And it pops up this thing message. No. It's just when you're searching in maps. And it's abrasive. It's not abrasive. It looks good to me. I'm fine with this, if I'm being honest. The only concern I have is does this mean Apple is going to start implementing more ads? I kind of think yes and no. But when I say yes, I think it's in a good way because we already had ads in the App Store. We've had ads in the App Store for years, and no one complained about it because just like this, it had that blue highlight. It wasn't abrasive. It wasn't in your face. You weren't getting notifications whenever whatever. It wasn't that bad. And this is the same exact philosophy in Apple Maps. And maybe Apple does expand it, but they're only going to do this in an app like, I don't know, maybe Apple TV, you know? You search for a show, but again, it's not abrasive, and if they continue expanding this, I will start to get upset, because then it will start to feel unpolished, but at least now in its current state, I don't think this is a major problem, so hopefully it stays like that. Overall, I'm totally fine with this, as long as it stays that way. So we'll have to see how this turns out. I think it's going to end up fine. And I honestly think this will be also really good for small businesses too. Like, so you're not buried in the search results. I don't know. I think this is decent, you know? Alright, and then Mario Wonder came out, I think today, as of Thursday. I'm not exactly sure. I played the demo, so make sure you go watch my video about that. I really liked the demo, and the reviews are out, and a lot of them are negative, but then a lot of them are good. From what I know, the main negative things is a lot of the levels feel reused and empty, which I'm like, you know what? It's a $20 expansion. I still think it's the best Switch 2 edition yet. But I can definitely see where the criticism's going. Of course, I haven't actually played it, so I can't really give my opinion on it. But, man, if I had infinite money, I'd definitely pick it up. I really wanted to pick it up, but, you know, I don't have infinite money, so. But overall, it looks like an amazing Switch 2 edition. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that about does it for today's podcast episode. Sorry about that. I should have muted my phone. Anyway, I know today's episode was shorter, but we didn't have as many topics, and I also do have to go do something in like 5 minutes. So, anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. I shall see you next week, and make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for this weekend's video. I'll see y'all in the next one.